What's up, YouTube? Pixelated Anomalies here. Today we are going to react to SCP Wyatt shower thoughts. Now, I got the original idea for this video after seeing Site42, another YouTube channel, blow them up, react to SCP Wyatt right here. Subscribe! YouTube video. Now, we are going to react to this video ourselves. So, let's go. Random video. Bam.
Since SCP-173 travels at about 50 miles per hour, it's probably not him snapping your neck that ends you, but him grabbing your neck at such insane speeds, right? Is there an evil SCP?
That's interesting. SCP-173 does indeed move at a very fast pace. I definitely don't think like 50 miles per hour, otherwise the second you look away, he'd pretty much be like across, like he'd pretty much be out of the Foundation facility. I mean, we don't really know, but at what we can see from his movements, he probably just moves like maybe like 3, 4, 5 feet per blink. Probably, I'm gonna go on a limb and guess like maybe 10, because yeah, probably 10. Now, I don't really know why. Let's do that.
Grabbing your neck at such insane speed.
He wouldn't grab your neck. I mean, I suppose that actually could be. But technically, he slows down. He's going towards you. I mean, he's not a sentient biological entity. He's pretty much he's not a living entity. So when he'd go at you, you'd effectively, he'd be going at his own speed, enough for him to snap your neck. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Right. Is there an evil SCP-999? Something that makes everyone around it sad or angry and is just the opposite of the Goopy Boy in every single horrible way? Basically, do they have an SCP for my XY?
Let's skip this one.
If SCP-173 is made of concrete, what happens if you smash him into multiple pieces? Is he just gone, or do you now have a bunch of...
Well, that's actually a really interesting question, because according to, I don't really know what story it is, but there's an SCP story where 682 tries to attack 173, and it kind of gets crushed, and then it splits into multiple pieces and pretty much takes over the world and kills 682. I forgot what the name of it is, but it is a very interesting story. Check it out. I just searched SCP-173 versus 682, something like that. I forgot what it's called. I saw SCP Explained video about it. But I think, yeah, it depends what canon you're going off of. If you believe that story's canon, then yes, definitely. Then he'd
all our angrier peanuts to deal with. SCP shower thoughts.
But in my opinion, he'd pretty much just be neutralized, and he would not have any more people to hurt.
If you look at Shy Guy's face, he'll stop at nothing to destroy you, even traveling across dimensions to find you. So what happens if the Plague Doctor sees his face and then turns him into a zombie? Would zombie Shy Guy still try to destroy Plague Doctor? SCP-6...
That's interesting. Well, I think SCP-096 would destroy 049. The reason for that is, honestly, I think ink, it wouldn't have an effect, because sure, 096 is living, but his hide is very thick, and the Foundation has used guns, bullets, and I'm sure they've used some sort of biological, chemical thingamajig, and yeah, I don't think that would work. So I think SCP-096 would win the fight, also because 049 is much weaker than 096, because 096 is pure rage, and 049 is calculated curing of this pestilence. Now let's
2 is an anomalous butler that can perform any mundane task you ask of him. If you get stuck in SCP-3008, the Infinite IKEA, would he be able to help you escape, or would you both be doomed? SCP-12...
Well, I personally think, I don't think he'd be able to take you out of a dimension. I mean, he can't kill Osama bin Laden, as his entry on the SCP Wiki says. But I think he would not be able to bring you across dimensions, because I mean, he can get gold and stuff, but he can find stuff. He can look for gold. He can look for a diamond. But I mean, he could try to look for a portal, I guess, but if he'd probably only be able to do that if he could bring it to you. But the only good thing is you'd be able to use him as cannon fodder, like to get food, because I'm sure he could somehow get food from the outside world. And if you try to follow him to wherever he's getting well, he wouldn't be able to, because as long as you're looking at him in any way, shape, or form, like security camera, or just viewing him, he wouldn't be able to. So, yeah, I think he'd just be stuck in 3008. And the only good thing, though, is he could, in case SCP-3008-2 instance is chasing you, you could just make him distract them, which would be pretty good. Now, let's see.
SCP-30, A Hero is Born is an SCP that lets you dream completely vivid and basically real dreams. So if you somehow dream up Shy Guy's face and see his face, will the real Shy Guy come to get you? This user wants to know, how can SCP-173 even snap your...
SCP-096. Now, I don't think you can dream his face. You cannot think of... The only way you could know what his face looks like is by looking at a picture of him, looking at him, or some other, or a video of him, something like that. But if you look at a CGI rendering of him, a drawing of anything that's not actually taken from him, if it's just like a drawing of him or whatever, he will not get you. I suppose if you saw his face and then dream about it, well, you've already saw his face, so you're doomed. But you can't really dream about his face, and if that did happen, it would just be the same thing as a drawing. It would have no effect on you, so...
Heck, he doesn't have hands to hold you, he just has nubs. After you subscribe, tell me. If SCP-173 is made of concrete,
well, I mean, he does have nubs, but how he destroys your neck... I mean, he goes at a breakneck speed. He can just ram into you, then your neck snapped, like, pop. And, like, he rushes towards you. He can kind of just even move those tiny little nubs, and then just pretty much could splice your neck open, or at least snap it. So, I think that's pretty interesting. Now let's see.
If you push SCP-173 out of a plane while it's flying through the air, can he course correct and zoom back up into the plane? Or is he
What?
able to move while in free fall? The SCP...
Wait, that's a great idea. You know what? In SCP Containment Breach, I mean, of course, that game isn't exactly canon because there is no canon in SCP. I personally think he could, because as long as you're not observing him, he could pretty much just move, like, almost teleport. I mean, and the laws of physics don't seem to hinder him, because in SCP Containment Breach, he somehow can come out of vents in, like, in containment checkpoints, or like in the starting sequence when the containment breach first occurs, he gets up there and kills the guard, even though he'd not be, there's no stairs there that he can use. I mean, at least not with a door covering it. So yeah, I think he'd actually be able to get out, as long as you're not observing him. If you are, then he'll probably fall to the ground and just break. Let's see.
Foundation does a
Bleh. Sorry, guys.
lot of cross-testing between SCPs, but what about testing SCPs outside of their cells and in different environments? What is SCP-457 like in space? How would SCP-173 react if we sent him to Mexico?
Well, I think that sentient SCPs might have a sapient, like 049. Well, their behavior, I believe, would not change. It would be more of, 049 would be like, wow, I'm in this new country. I mean, they'd obviously react to that because they're in a different environment. But they wouldn't change. Maybe SCP-682, but only if there was like lava or hot temperatures or cold temperatures, it would have to adapt to that. But that's not really a big thing for SCPs. It's, anyways, let's see the next one.
So, should I take SCP-096 for long walks around the block? Why do most SCPs exist as land-based creatures? With 71% of the world being water, statistically speaking, there should be way more than like a couple dozen.
Well, that's actually really obvious. Think about it. We know a lot more about the land. We know a lot more about the land than the ocean. So the aquatic SCPs that we do found are ginormous and are pretty easy for the Foundation to see. But the other ones are still in the ocean somewhere. Because, SCP Foundation in universe speaking, all these SCPs are just really I mean, the ocean is unknown to the Foundation. Sure, they might have technology to go down to the deep, dark depths of the ocean, but, well, for the rest of the world, resources are pretty limited. Same thing for the Foundation, I'm sure. So, the best course of action would just be to look on land and hope that there's nothing in the water worth ending the world. These creatures right here, I forgot what their SCP name is. They're big, and they're going to be very obvious to see. So, I mean, sure, very secluded islands and stuff, but, well, I don't know. That's a good question.
Aquatic SCPs. And why are they almost all world-ending water noodles? Where's the...
Well, the world-ending ones are going to be the biggest, scariest, and meanest ones, and the most confusing and dangerous. So the Foundation's probably going to know them.
talking Dungenese crab or magic stingray that can fly in and out of water? Or
That sounds fun. I wanna ride on a magic. Well, maybe not a stinger, maybe a manta ray.
something. We need the SCP Foundation. And this commenter wants to know, what would an SCP anime be like? After
I
you
don't want to
subscribe,
watch
tell
that.
me.
I don't want to watch that. I hate anime. It's not for kids.
SCP-173 will try to snap your neck if you look away from him. But what happens if he's in a room with SCP-999, the cuddle monster? He's a goopy boy and he has no neck, so how would that even work? Would
Those are really weird images. Wow.
SCP-173 even have the courage to follow through? SCP shower.
Yeah, he probably would. I mean, he attacks any living entity. He'll 100% attack owls, birds, any of that. So I'm sure he would definitely attempt to attack like a owl or something. So he'd definitely be able to, or at least try to attack 999. So.
Also, Josie the half-cat is a cat that's half of a cat, but more importantly, she loves cheese, and she hates when she runs out of cheese. But can you just get infinite cheese pizza from the Infinite Pizza Box SCP to feed her the infinite cheese she wants so she never gets angry? Additionally,
What?
the SCP-5031 completely stops existing when you look at him. But what happens if you put SCP-035, the possessed mask, on him? Will the mask perceive him and thus make him stop existing forever? And what would happen to...
Okay, those are both crazy questions. First of all, I think the first one's pretty ignorant. I don't think a cat would really eat pizza, and this one...
mask? And this commenter wants to know, what would happen if you put Thor's hammer on Peanut? After you subscribe?
He'd probably explode. I mean, Thor's hammer would probably be anomalous and kill him. But, or at least damage him. I mean, it's a hammer, so even if he's somehow lightning proof, which he is not. But I'm sure lightning would just kind of explode him because of the impact and less of the fire and burning. But and for that other SCP thing, yes, the invisible predator that turned nice or whatever, turned into a chef practically. For that one, I don't know actually. I do not know. Would SCP-035 just... Yeah, that's actually really hard. You know what? What do you think about it? Do it in the comments. And, by the way, I have one more question to ask you guys. If SCP-096's face gets damaged, would it react to its new or old face? I believe both. But whatever you think, I believe that, like, no matter what, it's just any version of its face, unless it's from a different dimension. I'm not actually sure about that. Type that in the comments, whatever you think. I think that would make it rage either way. Anyways, subscribe and comment below.